The Japanese national baseball team is aiming to defend its championship at this year's World Baseball Classic. After their final group stage game against the Czech Republic on March 9, the entire team boarded a charter flight to Miami, Florida to compete in the decisive rounds of the tournament. However, despite their very positive results so far, the coaching staff and analysts have begun closely examining some remaining issues in Japan's offense after the first 3 games. The most notable highlight for Japan during this stage has been the brilliance of 3 MLB stars. Those 3 players are Shohei Ohtani of the Dodgers, Seiya Suzuki of the Chicago Cubs, and Masataka Yoshida of the Red Sox. They have become the center of Japan's offensive strategy and have consistently produced explosive moments in important games. The Tokyo round began impressively with Shohei Ohtani's grand slam against Taiwan. That hit not only opened the door for a dominant victory for Japan, but also created an electrifying atmosphere from the very first game of the tournament. In the second game against South Korea, Ohtani continued to shine by hitting another home run, making it to consecutive games with a home run. In that same game, Seiya Suzuki also delivered an outstanding performance by hitting to consecutive home runs in his 2 at-bats. Masataka Yoshida also contributed with a home run, helping Japan stage a comeback victory over their opponent. In the third game against Australia, Yoshida's role once again became very clear. In a tense matchup, Yoshida hit a decisive 2-run home run that helped Japan turn the game around and secure a 4-3 victory. This was also Yoshida's second consecutive game with a home run, highlighting his excellent form in the tournament. Speaking about this trio, manager Hirokazu Ibata said, "I don't even want to imagine what things would be like without those 3. Of course, Ohtani and Suzuki are incredibly prominent names, but even Yoshida was really fortunate to ultimately be able to join the roster and contribute to the team." It was a frank comment that showed the team has relied heavily on these 3 MLB stars to overcome difficult moments and maintain an impressive record. However, behind that grateful statement lies a significant concern. If these 3 individuals are constantly being mentioned, it also means the rest of the offensive lineup may still have unresolved issues. As Japan prepares to begin the next stage of the tournament in the United States, the coaching staff's biggest concern appears to be Kensuke Kondo. Kondo, long considered one of the best batters in Japanese baseball, has not yet performed at the level expected of him. Given his reputation and ability, he was expected to be one of the most important pillars of the offensive lineup, yet so far he has not shown his usual level of performance, which has become a major concern for the coaching staff ahead of the knockout stage. During Japan's first practice session after arriving in the United States to prepare for the knockout round, an interesting detail emerged when Shohei Ohtani proactively made a bold tactical suggestion to the coaching staff. In a brief conversation with manager Hirokazu Ibata on the sidelines of the practice session, Ohtani suggested that the team should consider experimenting with additional offensive options, if necessary during the crucial upcoming stage. Specifically, Ohtani proposed that the coaching staff consider giving opportunities to 2 young talents, Kaito Kazono and Shota Morishita, as alternative options for Kondo's position. According to Ohtani, both Kazono and Morishita have shown excellent form in Japan's domestic league, but have not yet received many opportunities to play in this WBC. Speaking to the media after practice, Ohtani said that preparing multiple tactical options is essential when entering the knockout stage. He said, "We played very well in the group stage, but the quarterfinals are a completely different story. The opponents will be stronger, and the pressure will be greater. That's why having additional lineup options is very important." Ohtani also emphasized that his suggestion was not meant as criticism of Kondo, but simply a way to give the team more depth. The 2 players Ohtani mentioned are both highly regarded by analysts. Kaito Kazono is known for his excellent bat control and speed on the bases. Meanwhile, Shota Morishita is recognized for his powerful hitting style and his ability to produce long hits when the team needs runs. In response to the suggestion, manager Hirokazu Ibata appeared open but cautious about making a final decision. He said the coaching staff is always willing to listen to players' opinions, especially those with great experience and influence like Ohtani. Ibata commented, "Shohei always thinks about the team, and he often brings very interesting tactical perspectives. We will consider every option to ensure the team is fully prepared. However, the Japanese manager also confirmed that he still has great faith in Kensuke Kondo's abilities. According to Ibata, Kondo is a highly experienced hitter who has been consistent for many years and is capable of rediscovering his form at the right moment. He said, "Kondo has been a very stable hitter for many years. Quiet stretches can happen to any player. I believe that when the quarter-final arrives, he will rediscover his best rhythm at the plate." Analysts believe Ohtani's suggestion also reflects his growing leadership role within the Japanese national team. Not only is he the team's biggest star on the field, but he also frequently participates in tactical discussions and offers input to the coaching staff. As the quarter-final approaches, Japan's ability to adjust its lineup flexibly and maximize its available resources will be crucial. Although the final decision still belongs to the coaching staff, Ohtani's tactical ideas are clearly helping the team prepare more thoroughly for the major challenge ahead. On the other hand, Kondo himself has not avoided acknowledging that his current form has been below expectations. He admitted that the coaching staff is closely monitoring his condition and providing support. Because of that support, he feels an even stronger desire to repay the team with concrete results on the field. However, according to Kondo, achieving that right now is not easy. His comments show that he clearly understands the pressure he is currently facing. At the same time, it reflects that he still has not fully regained his best form at a moment when the team needs more offensive contributions beyond Ohtani, Suzuki, and Yoshida. In the game against Australia, Japan's coaching staff made a notable adjustment to the top portion of the batting lineup. Previously, the usual order had been Ohtani batting first, Kondo second, and Suzuki third. However, in that game the order was changed to Ohtani first, Suzuki second, and Kondo moved down to third. Manager Hirokazu Ibata explained that the purpose of the adjustment was to help Kensuke Kondo relieve some pressure and hopefully produce better results. According to him, the coaching staff hopes Kondo can regain his hitting rhythm and contribute more clearly to the team. Another important tactical reason is the possibility that opposing teams might intentionally walk Ohtani. In that situation, adjusting the batting order could help maximize scoring opportunities at the top of the lineup. In fact, this decision also stemmed from Kondo previously admitting that batting directly after Ohtani is a position that carries enormous pressure. He had even said that if possible, he would prefer not to take on that role when a batter has to step up immediately after the team's biggest superstar. Psychological pressure is almost unavoidable. The coaching staff clearly took this factor into consideration. Therefore, placing CS Suzuki between Ohtani and Kondo can be seen as a supportive strategic adjustment. Manager Ibata's intention is to allow Kondo to step into the batter's box with a more relaxed mindset without feeling the immediate pressure of following Ohtani. At the same time, with Suzuki, who is currently in strong form, placed between them, Japan can maintain considerable strength at the top of the lineup without drastically altering the offensive structure. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow the channel, turn on notifications, and share this video with the biggest MLB fan you know.